Hi everyone, Seb here from Pipe Dreams. Thanks for joining me. So it's February in England, and if you can see behind me, it's pretty much what it means. Fog, bad weather, not a lot of sunshine, but there are signs that spring is on its way. Crocuses, snowdrops, even the occasional daffodil coming through. As I always say, spare a thought for the outdoor smoker. Easy in the summer, but your work cut out in the winter. So, you're joining me while I'm smoking my Savinelli Desigual, and a bowl of Peterson Deluxe. From a tin I've had some time. And it went dry. And it went very dry. To the point that I wanted to rehydrate it. Best way to do that was to stick a small hydration pack in. I won't mention any brand names. You'll know what I mean. But yeah, 69% seems to have done the trick. I'm just enjoying it out here. Wrapped up, hat on, and just listening to the bird song. I'm not sure how well you can hear me. I haven't got a mic. I will probably invest in a mic if the content proves popular or of interest to anybody. But not looking at monetizing or doing this for any other purpose than purely just my enjoyment and perhaps sharing with the pipe smoking community. There is a car, but there is also a goose somewhere down on the river. We're not far from the River Thames here in Berkshire. A very different Thames than probably most of you are used to or even aware of, that runs through London about, as a crow flies, about 40 miles east from here, I should say. So, pipe smoking. Something I've always thought about. I've always smoked since I was too young to smoke. Cigarettes. Enjoyed them at the time, but I stopped. Got back into them. Stopped again. And they've always been around throughout my 20s and into my 30s. Nights out, moments of stress. Cigarettes have been there. But there's also been another love, and that love was for a more contemplative smoke. That came initially in the form of a cigar, very different to cigarette smoking, but also very different to pipe smoking. Why did I pick up a pipe? Why did I want to get into this? Well, for me, I'll be brutally honest, it was a financial choice. I couldn't go on spending the money I was spending on cigars. Here in the UK, we have some of the highest duties and tax on cigars, I think, anywhere in the world. I may be wrong, but I think, if we're not at the very top of that list, we're going to be very high up it. I could be spending, well, 80 to 100 pounds a week on cigars and maybe smoking 4. Not particularly great cigars either, certainly not Cubans. So I was looking for something similar, something that perhaps was a bit more economical. And I thought, I'll try it. I bought a cheap pipe, corn cob, I think. A few pounds from the tobacconist. And I'm very lucky. 5 miles down the road, we have what I think certainly most American channels on the subject would refer to as a brick and mortar store. And to have a tobacconist whose advice you can take and speak to and actually, you know, give you that introduction to pipe smoking, recommend an aromatic, perhaps, you know, a non-aromatic in English blend to try, which is certainly what happened. And I lit the first pipe and it went out. And I lit it again and it went out. And I lit it again and it went out. And I tamped and I tamped and I squeezed all that tobacco deep into the bowl, right down into the bottom of this briar. And it wasn't this pipe. This pipe came later. And that will be another video, quality pipes. And it went out again. And so what did I learn? Well, I learned how not to smoke a pipe. But you persist. You keep going. And eventually, it starts working. And it's almost those initial few bowls. When I look back, I can't tell you what was going well. I can tell you what was going wrong. But over time, you get better, you improve. And you'll find what works for you. There are thousands of articles out there on how to pack a pipe. There's probably hundreds of hours of content on YouTube. And some of it is really good. Some of it's overly complicated though. And in the fullness of time, if of interest, I will share my tips, very quick, very easy, of how I like to pack and smoke a pipe. Certainly seems to stay lit, if nothing else. And maybe share something about tobaccos as well. I do tend to go in for aromatics. Probably 50-50 aromatics against non-aromatics. Depending on the time of day. I don't smoke all the time. Depending on work, depending on what's going on at home, depending on when I have time to smoke, there can be periods where I will go perhaps a week without smoking. Other times, my pipes are in rotation. I will smoke 2-3 pipes a day. Generally not more than that. I don't seem to find that I want to smoke any more than that. Whether that will change, time will tell. Forgive the passing traffic. You can probably hear these freight trains rushing through. I'm also very close to the GWR, Brunel's Great Western Railway. Masterpiece of Victorian engineering. Perhaps not in its heyday anymore though. But yeah, just enjoying the countryside, enjoying a pipe, and just talking away. Anyway, I'm sure I've gone on long enough for now. More to follow. As always, thank you for indulging me, and we'll talk again soon.